Welcome everyone to the full moon in Capricorn, which is happening on the 24th or the 25th of June, depending on where you are on the planet. So first of all, I'm just going to bless my cards. Dear angels, saints and spirits from the divine white light, please bless my cards and give me clear insight. So mote it be. So this one is going to be another intense full moon. Not as intense as the last one, but intense nonetheless, only because there's so many oppositions that are happening. So first of all, because it's in Capricorn, it is good for us to look at the lower vibration of Capricorn, which is control, ambitious, power hungry, difficulties expressing emotions, and materialistic. Where the higher vibration is methodical, endurance, power, power in a good sense, accomplishment, resilience, love's challenge, also is based in integrity, responsibility, and eye on the prize, and actually a better future for all, for everyone, for the collective. So those are really fantastic higher qualities that which we should be looking towards. Now, because it's at 3 degrees of Capricorn, it's really at the start of the Capricorn. So it really is in the first kind of decan of it. So a Capricorn is the sea goat. So if you watch, I don't know, I think it might have been actually for the birthday reading, I actually went into the sea goat. I'm not going to go into the sea goat this time around, but that is what it actually does symbolise. So half goat, half fish. And in meaning that it is the qualities that it's able to climb any mountain and also swim in the ocean as well. So it is that resilience and endurance that it can go through any terrain and get to the highest point or to the lowest point and still come out on top. But also with okay, we'll start pulling them out now. So with the sea goat, there's great mythology behind that. So I suggest if you have a chance to have a look at that. But also the other thing with Capricorn is, so it's basically, yes, the mountain goat. It climbs up to the top of the mountain. It actually looks back and actually wants the rest of humanity to be able to climb the mountain as well. So it does have that quality, and actually apparently it's supposed to have like turned into a unicorn. So I really like that mythology about Capricorn. It kind of changed my whole view on Capricorn, because as you know, in the tarot, Capricorn is represented by the devil. So I think that's why I think Capricorn has had such a bad rap, and it's seen in a very negative light, but it's not actually. So it is actually the sign that actually wants the greater good for all. So it is a very humanitarian figure, just like Aquarius. Now, because this full moon is, as with any full moon, it's opposing the opposite sign. So this one is actually a lot to do with Cancer. So because it's opposite Cancer, and with any full moon, that's what's happening. So the sun and the moon are opposite each other. So this axis relates to the push-pull between work and family and finding a healthy balance between the two. So this full moon does make it a little bit different in that way. So it's not just on the actual sign, whereas most of the full moons have been based on the signs that it is in. But it really does have to do a lot with the axis. So, or the nodes of the lunar nodes. That's what I'm trying to say. So we just came out of the lunar nodes of Cancer and Capricorn. And now we've gone into the Sagittarius Gemini axis, and that will be playing out, obviously it lasts for about 18 months. So we're just about finished that access. But why it's so important with this one, and because we can look to what's actually happening in the sky, it is a massive opposition between a lot of the planets as well. So that's why it is actually having a strong focus on home and work. So it really is that push-pull, and we have been experiencing the push-pull for many months now as well, that push-pull, that duality, that light and dark, the yin and the yang, the divine masculine, divine feminine, that kind of energy has been playing out for the last 6 months or so. And this moon is no exception as well. Because of those past axes, that's why I think that this full moon in Capricorn does have a lot to do. It'll be the last final push of it. And as we can see in society today, especially with the ongoing pandemic, you can see the systems of control, the restrictions, that kind of thing. It's the final push of the lower vibrations that is really trying to keep control over the masses. And as you can see, it is not going to be lasting for much longer. I feel that is my personal opinion. And because we've gone into the new age of Aquarius, so that's what makes it really, really important. That's why I feel that this is the final push for this. So there is also an opposition of Venus and Pluto, and Mars opposite Saturn as well. So there's two really strong oppositions going, and they're two quite heavy, like they're all heavy planets. Saturn's very heavy, Pluto's very heavy, Mars is very heavy, Venus isn't so much. So there is a lot of rebalancing of energies. So the key to finding our inner peace is by taking authority in accepting what shows up for us during this time period. So it is time to decide what to keep and what to let go. That has been a major theme for the past 6 months as well. So this really, really is important. So Cancer is ruled by the moon, as we know. So that's why it is such a strong influence as well on the home front. But also because the moon is actually in Capricorn, which is ruled by Saturn, which is the planet of restriction and control, and doing things by the book, and that kind of thing. So so the best way again to deal with these energies is to be present. So try not to be stuck in the past, which is very Cancer. Like that, Cancer seems to look at towards the past, and also the fear and anxiety in looking too far forward into the future. So that's why it's really telling us to be present. And the great way of being able to do that is to make sure that you breathe and to be present and in your body as well. So breathing is really good. So deep breathing exercises and meditation, of course, at this time will be very, very beneficial, just so that you can know exactly what it is that you want. And it really is going to be asking us what we want in that arena. And because it is that push-pull between, is it the finances and career that you want to focus on, or is it the family and home that you want to be focusing on? The answer is we really want to be doing a combination of both and finding a beautiful balance between the two. So let's have a look at the tarot that we've got. So the overall energy is the Fool, which is just beautiful. So this is the first of the tarot cards. It's going on the Fool's journey. It is not really, it's taking that leap of faith, and that's what it's really asking us to do, to leap into a new era completely. This is the last of it, it really is. So it's still a lot of hectic energies are going to be coming into it, but this is really asking us what it is that we want to be taking a leap of faith on. Okay, so that's the underlying energy. So the overall energy. The underlying energy is the 10 of Pentacles, which is just beautiful. So as you can see, it's a Pentacle card as well. And so it really is a fantastic underlying energy to be working towards. It's having everything that you ever desire. It's being financially stable. It's that stability. It's still having the home. It's it's basically abundance as well. So again, that's that push-pull as well. So, you know, it's, do you put everything into your career and finances so that you can reach financial stability? That is a good goal, obviously, to set, and especially with it being in Capricorn, that's what it is. It's all about goal setting. It's being methodical and working towards an end goal, and getting there and reaching it and being successful about that. So the Ten of Pentacles really is a lovely card to be having as an underlying energy as well. So it is that abundance, and it is being able to do everything and being abundant in our family. And that's what we really want to be doing, again, is that balance of both career and family and home and love. So at the start, so in the past, in the recent past, we have the Page of Wands in there. So this one, again, it's looking at our passions. So it's really directing us to what is important to us. And at this time period, especially with everything that's been going on with the pandemic, I think one of the good things that has happened is that time of introspection, and really it has been forcing us to look and see what is important to us and seeing what we are really passionate about. So it has been really putting a lot of pressure on everyone to be able to focus on that, what is important to us. So then we've got the Queen of Wands. Now this is in the reverse. So as you can see, that's the Queen of Wands in the normal position. So because it's in the reverse, again, it's not knowing where we're going towards. And as you can see, it's all intertwined there, and it's that feeling of not knowing, you know, of which direction in which way to go. So sorry if I could talk, even with Mercury going direct today, so it should clear up. So yeah, it's not knowing exactly where we want to be focusing our passions towards. So that's the feeling that I'm getting with that card. Then we've got the Six of Wands. There's a lot of wands in this card, in this spread, as you can see. So it really is asking us about passions. Now this is being successful, okay, in whatever endeavors that we actually strive to achieve. So it is going to be a successful endeavor. It will be. So that's a really positive outlook for the recent past. Now in the present, we've got the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords actually had come up a lot in past readings, not so much in the last couple, but I have actually seen it. And this is again I'm feeling it's not being honest with ourselves. That's what I'm really feeling with. Usually it's the sneaky card, it's getting away with something, but it's that lack of honesty, and I really do feel that is becoming with us within ourselves. It's not being honest with what we want. We're still being stuck in the way of, oh, this is what society wants, this is what my family wants, this is what other people want of me and expect of me. And it's not really looking at what we desire. And of course, swords is thoughts and intellect. So it's the way that we think of things. So I think that's why it has been coming out lately a lot, is because there's a lack of honesty, I think, within ourselves. And then you've got the Ten of Pentacles there as well, which is the underlying energy of that. And then we've got the Nine of Wands. So that is that defensive energy. It's, you know, building a wall up against people, not letting people in. As you can see, they're going into a dark cave there. It's depicted in this one. So it is really trying to put up boundaries as well. Now, this is a very Capricorn thing as well. So it is putting up boundaries. So it is important for us to put up boundaries as well, especially when you're dealing with other people. It might be in the workplace as well, like this is what I will and won't do, but also in the family as well. So, and just go, look, these are my boundaries, you know, that I feel is going to be very important as well for the present, especially during this full moon as well. Making sure that you have firm boundaries, but making sure that they're not too rigid. And I think that's what it's asking us to do. It's like, do you really want to be isolating in a cave. No, you don't. You don't want to be doing that. So I think it really is being honest with ourselves to be able to look forward to see what we need, what is important to us, and then to be able to put in firm boundaries to establish that, and make sure that we don't cross our own boundaries as well. Again, with that dishonest energy, it's like, yeah, I've got my boundaries in place, but do you really have your boundaries in place? So again, I really feel that that's what this moon is going to be asking of us to do. So in the near future, we've got the Two of Wands. Like I said, there's a lot of wands in this reading. So it is usually with the Two of Wands, he's got the world in his hand. And again, it's a decision that needs to be made. And I love this as well. It's that push-pull again of deciding, oh, do I want this or do I want that? It's like the answer is we want both of it, and to be able to bring it into harmony. And that is then depicted by the Hierophant. I think that's the Hierophant, or is that the Emperor? Actually, let me just see. I think that is the I think it is. Oh, I'm a bit confused now. I think it is the Hierophant in there. So the Hierophant with the old systems as well, and that is that last push of society trying to take control and old beliefs and trying to stick to the old way of doing things, when we really need to be looking at newer ways, better ways of being able to improve things for everybody, not just for the elite, not just for the powerful, not just for the money hungry, power hungry people that are at the top. So those systems have to fall away, and that's why I think that Emperor, I keep saying Emperor, so it's the Hierophant. He looks like the Emperor as well. And even if it was the Emperor as well, that is still a system of control. It's a very controlling card. And that is what I'm picking up with this anyway, because he's got the armor on. That's what I'm really being drawn to. He's got the full armor on. It's almost like he's got his defenses up. Nothing can penetrate it, and he's not really willing to budge. So this is something that we really need to be able to get rid of. And then we have the Queen of Swords. And again, that is reversed as well. I find the two queens that are reversed, I find that rather interesting, actually. Yes. Yeah, so I find that, well, it could actually be the king. See, I'm really confused. It could be the king. Actually, that is the king. That's the King of Swords. So again, he's got the armor on there as well. So because it's in the reverse as well, it is that system of control as well. That's what I'm really picking up on, that lack of emotion. And that is the lower vibration of Capricorn, is, you know, not being able to express your emotions properly. And that sense of control. And being with these two, that's what I'm really, really seeing. I'm seeing a final push for that. And unfortunately, like I said, I don't see the pandemic kind of ending anytime soon as well. So I really do feel that there is still going to be that restriction, control as well. But we need to be able to work through it and go, no, this is not what's important to me. It is not putting my life and getting stuck on that hamster wheel and in that rat race and just working towards to be able to own your house and within 30 years or whatever. I think that's ridiculous. Whereas, you know, like 20, 30 years ago, you could actually own your own house, and people were getting holiday houses and stuff. That is becoming more and more and more distant to people these days. And again, it's because of the people that have the control, and it's only a small group of people that have that control. And that's what we need to be able to realize, that if we all come together as a mass, as a collective consciousness, and that is what the universe is wanting us to do, is to raise our consciousness as a collective, so that we can overthrow these people that are still trying to enforce these ways of power and control. So that's my opinion again, and that's what I'm feeling with these cards. So anyway, let's see what the universe has for us as well. So yeah, I think that's why we have been experiencing that last push of that. People are like, oh no, you've got to go back to work now. But I know a lot of other people, they have changed. I mean, we're always changing. That's a constant. But I think it really has opened up people to look at things at what is important, and a lot of people are realizing that no, it is important to spend more time with family and having that quality of life, and not just being able to work 60, 70, 80 years, till you're 80, and then retiring when you're absolutely, have got nothing else left in you. It's not really conducive to life, really. That's not what we were put here for on this planet. And people really do need to realise that. And we have self-reflection here. And this is really taking a really good look. And again, it's that duality as well. As you can see, what I'm really being drawn to, it's the twins. It's like the light and the dark, it's the shadow. It's really taking a good look at yourself and realising as well that we are other people are a reflection of us as well. So it is having a look at what is important to us and really figuring out what we want to do. And that's 17, which is an 8, which again is the infinity symbol. So again, we're going onto a different timeline. So I really do feel that it is important for us to get it clear in our mind where it is that we actually what we want to focus on. Yes, we still need pentacles to live, but yes, we also need to be human beings are social creatures. We need to be in groups and not to be isolated from one another. That is not conducive to mental health. As we know, and we can see that now, this pandemic has increased a lot of the mental health problems, and especially with the youth too. Isolating people does not help. But then, like I said, as a collective, we need to be able to rise up against that and realise that we have enough resources on this planet for everyone to be happy. And that's something that we really do need to realise, and that we are all in it together. We really are, and we're all one. Like, it doesn't matter what race, what sex we are. It doesn't matter how old we are. It doesn't matter any of that. We're all the same. And we're all here, again, to raise the consciousness of the collective and to be in the highest vibration for our own good and for the good of everyone else. So I'm just going to pull a unicorn card as well. So it is going to be quite deep. And again, the way that we need to be able to get through these energies. Oh, we've got 2. We'll take them. Is to be using our resilience, and also to be present in the moment. And by doing breath work is a really good way of doing that. We've got patience. So pause before you take action. Trust that divine timing is at work. Be patient and play while you wait. That is fantastic advice. Exactly. So while you're being patient, play. So that is fantastic. I really love that card. And we got healer. You have powerful healing gifts. Have faith in your abilities. Stay true to your path as a healer. Wow. Okay. That's beautiful too. So I really feel from that message, it is saying to be true to yourself, no matter what you decide that you want to do. Also healing ourselves, our own past traumas as well, and being compassionate towards other people as well, and knowing that we all have suffered some kind of trauma as well, and not being stuck in that victim mentality. That has to change as well. So there are lots of things that we do need to heal and to be able to move forward as a collective. That's what I really feel. So anyway, with that, I hope you have a lovely full moon in Capricorn. And just remember that you are a star, and let your light shine bright. And as always, love and light.